Rain ruins the ride, but what if a motorcycle could be shielded like a car, with its own enclosed cockpit? That's the vision driving this build. Starting from a stripped-down sports bike, one mechanic takes on the challenge of creating a fully rainproof machine, fabricating the cockpit from scratch with steel, foam, and molten plastic. It's a risky experiment with countless chances for failure, but if it works, the result will be something no one has ever seen before. A bike that laughs at the storm. The mechanic begins with a rough sketch, outlining the unusual idea he has in his mind: a motorcycle shielded from the rain. To make it possible, he brings in a sports bike he had modified for another project. The old adjustments are stripped away, and the bike is restored to its original form, ready for a new transformation.
Now we're gonna lower the seat position because cockpit gonna be not so high.
The first challenge is lowering the seat to make space for a cockpit. He dismantles it piece by piece, then fabricates two custom steel brackets to hold it at a much lower angle. Once secured with bolts, the seat is shortened to fit the new layout. The cushion is cut, reshaped, and fixed back in place, with leather padding neatly covering the exposed gap where the seat meets the tank. After testing the front lights and wiring, he reassembles the side skirts. The bike is once again functional and now prepared for its radical anti-rain modification. With the foundation ready, the focus shifts to the cockpit. Metal wires are bent and welded around the bike, forming the skeleton of the protective shell. Once the frame is shaped, a layer of mesh is added to reinforce it. Then the entire structure is coated with expanded foam that hardens into styrofoam. Once cured, the excess is carved away. In true dramatic fashion, the mechanic pulls out a katana to slice the foam into shape. Using sandpaper, a metal plate, and rubber, the mechanic makes a sanding tool.
You see these holes? I'm gonna fill them with foam.
More foam is added to fill gaps. Then a polyester filler is spread across the surface, smoothing the hull into a solid aerodynamic shell.
And today we're gonna let it dry out, and tomorrow we're gonna start sanding.
After drying overnight, the hard work of sanding continues. Every inch is shaped by hand, a slow and painstaking process, but brings the cockpit closer to its final form.
I'm gonna use these 2 points, put cockpit on here, and it's not strong enough, and I'm gonna strong them by these 2 plates.
With the cockpit shell taking shape, the mechanic turns back to the bike itself. The front end needs reinforcement if it's going to hold the weight of the structure, so the 2 metal plates are fixed beneath the frame, giving the mounting points added strength. That small step clears the way for what will become the most demanding stage of the entire project. The half-cut trailer and the metal table he built earlier finally come into play. Before anything else, more styrofoam is packed inside the cockpit to stiffen it against pressure.
Now we're going to make the vacuum installation on this table.
The workbench is transformed into a DIY vacuum table, fitted with cylinders, an air compressor, and custom-made nozzles crafted from cut metal pipes. Every detail is wired, bolted, and sealed until the setup is airtight. He also salvages parts from a trailer van, cutting it open and lining its interior with reflective foil to prepare useful materials for the next phase.
Nice.
10 electric heaters are dismantled, their plastic casings discarded, and their heating elements wired together. The interior is lined with foil to contain the heat, while the wiring is routed to a handmade switchboard. With 5 plugs powering 10 heaters, the system is crude but powerful and absolutely vital for the molding process to come.
Okay, it is also done. So we have here 5 plugs for 10 heaters.
The scale of the plan becomes clear. A large transparent plastic sheet is prepared alongside a pair of ordered side mirrors. The cockpit is wrapped in cloth to protect it, and the vacuum table is fitted with a wooden frame to hold the sheet in place. When the heaters roar to life, the plastic softens under the intense heat.
Just in case, save it first.
Timing is critical. The molten sheet is quickly pulled over the clothed cockpit shell, pressed tight by the vacuum table below. But when the sheet cools, disaster strikes. The mold is warped, uneven, and far from usable.
Here also a lot of damage of pressure. You see it? I have to repair it.
Worse still, the cockpit shell itself has been damaged under the pressure. The mechanic is forced to go back, patching the styrofoam with fresh plaster and carefully sanding it down once again.
Here's the plan, guys. We're gonna add extra 5 heaters inside. Total it will be 15 heaters. Then we're gonna cut it in half. Then put it upside down on the plafond, and directly below the heater we're gonna put the table with our form. So let's do it.
Failure only pushes him to adapt. This time, the heating system is rebuilt from the ground up. Five more heaters are added, and the trailer is cut again before being mounted upside down from the workshop ceiling with reinforced beams.
Now we have to hang it on the ceiling upside down.
Now the heaters hang overhead, radiating heat downward as the new plastic sheet is framed in sturdier metal borders. The cockpit is rolled beneath and the experiment is repeated.
So almost, we had a little bit leakage. We're gonna fix it and try again. This plate is not so quality as other. You can see these bubbles.
At first, the results seem promising. The molten plastic finally takes the shape of the shell. But when the sheet is trimmed and removed, the truth is revealed. The mold is still uneven. Not perfect yet, but closer than ever. The mechanic knows he's on the right track. With every failed attempt, the problem becomes clearer. The cockpit is simply too tall for the plastic sheet to wrap around cleanly.
It's still too high, our work conforming, so I'm gonna split it in two, and the two pieces gonna be lower than this. I'm gonna try it.
Out of options, the mechanic makes a bold move. He saws the styrofoam shell in half. Each section is trimmed, smoothed, and reinforced with fresh foam spray until the surfaces are even again.
So guys, I saw on YouTube some guy converts a regular air compressor to vacuum pump. And guess what happens here? This manometer, I'm gonna test it. Look.
The cockpit halves are wrapped in cloth, set on a vacuum table, and the plastic sheet is heated once more. This time, it stretches easily, locks into place, and the vacuum system pulls tight. For the first time, the plastic clings perfectly to the shape. The breakthrough has arrived. The hardened sheet is removed and cut down to size, forming the real cockpit at last. Both halves are rejoined with a custom midsection, and metal strips are bent through rollers to frame the plastic and lock it in place. Each strip is painted black before being screwed on, giving the cockpit both strength and finish. More plastic panels are cut, pressed, and bolted into place to seamlessly connect the midsection with the rest of the structure.
You see what I've done here? And here, another crack. And now we're gonna fix it.
Now comes the final challenge, mounting the cockpit onto the bike itself. A steel bracket is cut, painted, and fixed onto the frame. A spring-loaded hinge system is added, allowing the cockpit to swing open and close with ease. Once aligned, the entire shell is secured and the movement tested until it works flawlessly. Next, a pair of custom brackets are built to hold the side mirrors, painted black to match the frame. They're mounted on each side, giving the rider rear vision despite being enclosed inside.
And now we're gonna close in these places. So.
For the finishing touches, the gaps between bike and cockpit are sealed with more plastic panels and metal strips, cut and pressed into place. A latch is added to the tail to lock the cockpit shut. And a new metal plate with auxiliary lights is mounted on top for added visibility. And just like that, the impossible is complete. A stripped-down sports bike has been reborn as a fully enclosed, rainproof machine. A DIY cockpit straight out of Batman's garage.